do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. All right, good morning, everybody. Now that we're all motivated and ready to go, thank you to Shia LaBeouf. I appreciate you. We are going to be drumming this morning, and even though I've been playing for 25 years, I've still got plenty of stuff to work on. So I'm going to be practicing, and today I'm going to focus on diddle before an accent, but we're going to just go ahead and warm up with diddle after an accent, triplet grid. So the one that I'm working on today is an upstroke, and the one that I was working on yesterday was downstrokes and whatnot. So a little bit different. I'm going to scroll past all the chop stuff, all the limb independent stuff. There's 710 grid variations and a bunch of technique stuff and marching bass permutations, etc. Keep you and I busy for quite some time to improve our drumming. That's the goal with it. Okay, so I'm warming up with what I did yesterday. It's a triplet grid, and we're doing the forward version, 4-2-1, instead of the backward 1-2-4 variation. And I'm doing a diddle after an accent. That one. Every single one of these play-alongs, if you go into the timestamps in the description, you can jump to a specific BPM and just kind of use that to be able to guide your own practicing. I'm doing this on one hand because a couple weeks ago I got an injury from donating platelets. And my forearm is still healing a little bit on the right arm because of that. So I'm just working on the left hand today. That's the plan. And thankfully, I donated platelets yesterday, and it didn't result in an injury. So success. All right, so we're going to start off, I think, at 80. Let's try it. We'll see how this goes. Just using this to get the blood flowing before I stretch and massage. Hand doesn't feel good yet. Now, I have my stick here to help with keeping straight up and down motion. I was noticing I had a slight slice on the accents. By the way, donate platelets, donate blood. People need it. It's helpful. You get free snacks while you do it. And water. But the bear. Okay. Last rep. I'm going to put the stick on the outside of the stick this time. Okay, now we're going to stretch and massage. So first thing I like to do is you take your sticks and you hold them so that your palms are facing up like this. And then you pull one in, you follow through with the other one, and you end up with palms facing up, but it's all twisty. This is a fun little stretch that I don't see many people doing. My first drum teacher taught me this. Thank you, Kyle. It feels great. And you just kind of hold it however long you need to. And then you go back out the way you came. If you do traditional... Am I switching? Oh, wrong pedal. That's why. Rotate and hold right here. And then rotate the other direction and hold right there for as long as you need to. I don't do that anymore, so which is why I'm working my left hand today, because I used to march with this, and now I play match grip, and I'm trying to get it to match my right hand. Now, I am not going to stretch my tendon here, because again, I'm trying to let my forearm heal. But I'm going to do one at a time like this. So I'm pulling back so it stretches the underside. You could do this on your pad. You could also do this on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch when you do this. So you just do it like that. Don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to break stuff. That'd be bad. Then you wouldn't be able to drum. Like, I'm not able to with my right arm. Like, I probably could, but it just got a weird, like, spasm over the weekend on, what was it, Saturday? I was doing, like, aim training, and it just, like, was spazzing out, and I was like, what is going on? Like, that was weird. But still had a bruise, so just letting it rest. I don't want it to impact my drumming. Or, my aim, which I'll be doing here in a little bit. So we'll be doing some Fortnite in like an hour or so. Now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm. So I'm going to do one hand like this. You could do both on your pad. You could do this on your leg. You can do this on the wall. The higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Again, don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to tear stuff. Sorry, that's me speaking for you. Maybe you do. I wouldn't recommend it. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Not that kind, though. Okay, now what I'd recommend doing is doing thumb to thumb. So you're going to go through each one of the fingers and just do like middle to middle, pinky to pinky, etc. And I'm just going to do one hand, but it stretches if you do it. It does it twice as fast. So you can do both hands. But again, just focusing on my left for today. Just holding her here. It's interesting. It looks like this mic is a little hot today. It's picking up more sound than it should. It's getting the fan sound. Wonder if it's just the angle or something, because it usually doesn't do that. Oh well. And on the ring finger, which I have my ring around my neck, on my necklace. I realized that was having a significant impact on my playing, because I would make my hand come out a little more than I would on the right hand, so it wouldn't click with the stick. And so now I'm going to drum with it around my neck, because when I took it off, I was like, wow, this feels a lot better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is do a little massage routine. So I'm only going to do this with one arm on the forearms, but I'd recommend you do it with both. So I'm doing thumb on top, and the fingers are going to go underneath, and I'm just massaging. So you're going to massage on the muscle that moves when you just simply move your wrist. Like, this is not flexing, this is just the muscle moving. Or if you do traditional, when you rotate, you'll notice up here in the bicep area that it's moving, so you might want to massage there if you do traditional. But I'm going to focus on this. So just the forearms, kind of working my way around. Again, the fingers underneath are massaging the underside. Try and loosen this up. And kind of shift the technique a little bit. Itchy nose. Again, I recommend you do this with both your forearms. I'm going to not do that on the tattooed one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is massage the interior of the hand, the palm, with the thumb, and then the fingers are going to massage the back of the hand. I'm just kind of working my way around, trying to get nice and relaxed. and I'm actually going to do the other hand because the hand's not the issue with the right hand. It's right arm. It's the forearm. When I donated platelets, it went through the vein and out the other side, so it got all bruised. Like, it was like all purple all throughout here. And there's still a little bit of swelling that I'm trying to manage. I'm going to now massage base the tip of each one of the fingers. Do this at least 2 times. 2 or 3, depending on how you're feeling. Maybe 3 or 4. Just kind of wiggle your way up. Might get a little pops. We'll make it an ASMR experience. I don't know what sounds they make. I had somebody introduce ASMR to me, I don't know, like a decade ago. And I was like, wait, what? They just make sounds? And I listened to it and I was like, well, that's interesting, but haven't really watched it since. Apparently it does well for content for some people, which is great. Glad they can create content people enjoy. Maybe I just haven't found the right ASMR. All right. Boop. Let's switch over to what we're actually going to refine today. So, this play along, again, in case you're just tuning in, if you go to jaredoleary.com/drums, linked at the top of the screen, it's got almost 2,000 hours of free drumming content, chop stuff, limb independent stuff, 710 grid variations, technique stuff, marching bass, permutations, etc. I am going to be working on diddle variation of grid, where it's diddle before an accent. So we're doing same idea, but now it's going to work on upstrokes. And I'm going to start at 40, but all of the play-alongs have BPMs in them, so you can jump to a specific BPM when you're practicing. Here we go. Oops. Read it wrong. Huh. So the little line right here, like it felt like it was off, but it's not. It's messing with my head right now. Tap-offs take forever. Here we go. Put the stick on the outside. Again, we're trying to make sure that I'm going straight up and down, guiding through the motion on the stroke. Okay, let's change the angle of the camera, and we'll make it so we can see hopefully straight up and down without guidance from the stick on either side. Whoops. Okay, so I need to focus on relaxing the accents more. I am hitting them a bit too hard. And if I were playing this like 2 times, 3 times the speed, it would not go well because I would be hitting it too hard. I just need to let the velocity of the stick do the work for me. Okay, try to stick on the outside. Slicing was still happening a little bit, so we'll continue to refine it. Outside of the stick. And then we will take a look at it again. Every 5 reps, I like to take a look at, okay, well, how's this looking? How does this feel? What should I work on for the next 5 reps? Talking screws me up. The accents are still too heavy. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so yeah, it's still a little inconsistent with slice, no slice. It's on the accents. So we'll continue to work on that. But the accents are a little bit better, but still need some work. So I'm going to focus on that still. +7 energy. JaredO'Leary.com/merch. All right, let's resume. Welcome to the grind. I appreciate it. I just totally screwed up. Whoopsies. Accents are still too heavy. Oh, thank you, Clay. Appreciate that. Okay, so now we're going to move it to the outside of the stick. Still focus on the accents. Yeah, so it's because it's an upstroke, like, into the accent, it's just like I'm overemphasizing it too much because of the velocity. Yeah, so the slice is better. On the double accents, though, there's like sometimes a tendency for a little bit more slice, but improvement overall. I just still putting too much emphasis on those accents. So let me think about that. What could I do differently? Because the downstrokes when I'm doing like a diddle after. So those, because it's just a low interior note with some space in between it, it's not as like forcing it in there as when it's an upstroke after the 16th note. So I'm using a little bit of the molar stroke, so kind of like that whipping motion to get that up there. But it's too emphasized, so I'll need to continue to think about that, like what I could do to improve that. Stay tuned, we'll find out. Okay. Let's do that 55. I just played diddle after an accent. Oops. Warmed up with that one. Brain fart. I was thinking about something else. Whoopsies. Mistakes were made. A little early. Whoops. I started playing the last line. I was thinking about what I wanted to do next, and that screwed me up. So a lot of the mistakes are mental rather than like physical. It's not a hand issue. I started playing the last line again. Yeah, so what I want to do now, and the reason why I was making mistakes is because I want to go up by 5s to give myself some data for what I can work on next when I'm doing this. So since I just ended at 59, I'll just go to 65 just to make it easy. And we'll go until we completely crash and burn, spontaneously combust in the forearms. So get your fire extinguishers out, because it's about to get messy. Yeah, so on the double accents, there's like sometimes a slice with it. Like the rebound's weird. Whoops. 70. Here we go. Will this be the breaking point? Well, mentally, I think I've already found it. I'm always a little bit out of it after I like donate platelets. Oops. Click that mic. Or blood or whatever. A little tired today. Try 75. I don't know. I keep screwing up line 2. Who knows? Brains. Too tired. Thinking about too many things right now. Like, what do I want to do next? What do I want to stream tomorrow? Let's go to 80. And click. Few second pause. Tap it off. I think 90 is going to be the complete crash and burn point. Stay tuned, folks. We'll find out. Why is it always that one spot? Come on, brain. Wake up. Some days you're able to be more focused than others, like today, because of the, platelet donation. I just know I'm going to have a little bit of an off day. We'll see how Fortnite is in, what is it going to be, like 30 or so minutes? We'll see how I play. Okay, so I'm going to attempt it at 90. We'll see how this goes. And then I'm going to analyze it. And so this is going to give me data for what I'm going to work on tomorrow when I practice. And then I'm going to get set up for a Fortnite stream. That's the plan. So my brain was like, hey, I didn't mess up. And then I did. Wah, wah. Okay, so let's take a look at this, and we're going to go ahead and click. We're going to go mute. And we're going to watch this and analyze it. Thank you for the likes on YouTube. I appreciate it. We're going to analyze this at 0.25 speed. Let's see how we play. This is at a breaking point where like my technique is breaking down, and so we're going to try and find what in particular is breaking down, so that way I can try and improve it. So you can see the molar lift right there on the taps before the accents. Some people don't like that, but I don't have a problem with it. I wish I had the camera angle a little different so I could actually see whether or not the slicing is improved. Like I can see a slight slice to the outside. Yeah, so the interior notes are a little inconsistent. They're better than they were. I think fixing the cleaning the bead of the stick definitely helped. The accents are actually pretty inconsistent, so maybe that's something I can work on. I've got some accent tap exercises that are going to be coming out, in 2 months, something like that. I've got a bunch of more play-alongs scheduled. I think like 30 more technique exercises and like 17 chug variations, etc. So stay tuned for that, but that'll be coming out towards the end of the year. I like to be ahead on my content. Yeah. So that whip motion. There's a slight like lifting of the wrist to get the whip in. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So with Moeller technique, it's like this kind of motion. So you go up and down, and it's okay if the arm moves a little bit. So this is a very exaggerated version of Moeller, where you go like that. Okay, so when I'm doing this, that's like a very exaggerated version that you might see like Jim Chapin or Joe Morello do, where they will literally move their like wrist up while they're playing the taps, and it kind of changes the interior notes a bit, which is fine on drum kit if you're the only person playing, but with drumline, it might lead to some tap inconsistencies and whatnot. So it's okay to have some Moeller, but we want to make sure it doesn't impact the taps right before it too much. So that's something that I'll continue to work on for tomorrow. Now, normally I do like a chop out at the end of these streams and whatnot, but again, I don't want to use my right hand because of the injury, so I'm just going to leave it there. But that did give me some data for what I can continue to work on tomorrow. So tomorrow, I will be refining this even more. But if you want to find that play-along that I was using, and several hundred more, jaredoleary.com/drums, linked at the top of the screen. Bunch of chop stuff. These are playlists. Like I think there's 9 slow paradiddle variations in there. All these different timing permutations, drum kit charts, and 710 grid variations. All the prior live streams with timestamps that shows you what I worked on and when. All the little like tips and whatnot that I share. I didn't really give many today, just because I'm out of it. And technique and marching bass stuff. If you are interested in what kind of sticks and books I recommend, if you click on that link, it'll take you to /gear page, which has all these different books for different stuff, like for drum kit, for snare drum, for mallets, rudimental, as well as like the pedal I use, the heads I use, which are the low volume heads so they don't annoy my neighbors, the different pads that I have, because I've got a pad on top of a pad on top of a pad. Pad pyramid. And then these are the sticks I'm using, the Ralph Hardiman hammers. They're extra heavy sticks, and they're double taped, so they're 44% heavier than my other sticks, which I measured them out one day on stream. So yeah, I highly recommend them. They're great for building up chops and whatnot. And when you switch over to like normal sticks, it feels like you're playing with like balsa wood twigs. Like it's super easy. And if you want to see what kind of camera I use and like what kind of gear for my hardware, etc., that's all on the /gear page. But I do appreciate everybody who is stopping by. And Clay, thank you again for the rose. I appreciate that. But I will be on again here in a little bit. I'm going to be setting up for some Fortnite. And tomorrow I'll be refining technique some more. So stay tuned. But I'm going to call it here. So goodbye, everybody.